The year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up. The biggest increase in history. It was then, through my American Rescue Plan.
All right, welcome back here to the Hill on NewsNation. That was Gold Star father last night, Steve Nikoui, arrested after that protest during President Biden's State of the Union address. You might have been able to hear him there. He was yelling, "Remember Abbey Gate." That, of course, is a reference to the deadly bombing that occurred during the withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021. It left 13 U.S. service members dead, and 100 Afghan civilians as well were killed. Among those killed, Nikoui's son, Kareem, a Marine Lance Corporal from California. His son was just 20 years old. So why was his father yelling at the State of the Union? The Republican congressman from Florida, Brian Mast, brought Nikoui as his guest. Mast says Nikoui was protesting because his son was killed, quote, due to Biden's incompetence. That from Brian Mast. Obviously emotional. He lost his son, just 20 years old. He felt that was the time and the place to do it and to voice his opinion in the presence of the President of the United States, State of the Union address. Now he's facing a potential misdemeanor charge, $500 up to 90 days in prison because of that. Is a couple things here. One, is that the right response? And then two, because this is in the Capitol, federal, should the president do something about it? He could step in and pardon him in theory.
Well, it's the wrong place and right fight, but the wrong place. And it's not up to Biden whether he gets arrested or charged or not. It's up to the Capitol Police as well as the U.S. Attorney. You know, in the D.C., the U.S. Attorney prosecutes local and federal crimes. Normally what they do is you pay a $50 fine, you still have it on your arrest record, and you get time served or you're let go. In this particular case, D.C. Superior Court, the rules, you can get your arrest record and being a charging document suppressed or even eliminated after a certain period of time. And so for his First Amendment, a $50 fine, and he can get his record sealed, I don't think there's anything for Biden to do because it's not Biden's decision on this.
All that aside, Scott, this is a family that's hurting, and we are seeing so many families that are hurting. And what I hate is when any politician doesn't, lift up the voice, but rather uses that voice to continue this anger. And Ashley, I think a lot about the Iraq War and all of the division there was. I mean, when President Bush was the president, and we had Democrats who were bringing the parents of those children who had been dying to yell at the president. I don't know that that's the right move.
Well,
for who? Biden or the families?
No, but I think that it's their only call for help. I mean,
it is.
All of all of us, have kids, and it's like, what else do you do? And I don't know. I don't even.
You don't know
I
that
don't
he's
even
going to yell.
He probably no, I'm not saying it's right or wrong to yell. It's like if you're that desperate because you lost a child, what else do you do? And
I agree.
But Joanna, what are you recommending?
He's probably fazed by going to jail. I mean, he lost his son.
That's the most.
He probably knew exactly what would happen.
We need to be careful,
The president could step in though if he wants.
Yes, correct. Look, I think that the president should reach across to every one of these families who have lost their children. It is awful. There are a lot of names that are not being spoken tonight that have also been lost.
Knowing Joe Biden, I would think that and knowing what's happened to his personal family, I would think more than anybody that he would recognize that this guy is
a phone call or something.
Yeah, or just in pain.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.